All right, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rahak, Wadash, double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the tabernacles of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Whomever you may be and wherever you may be, Shalom, Yeshua, Shalom. All right, this is going to be real brief. Because I was looking into some things, because I got some news converting right now, in my other device. And it makes my device real choppy and real slow. So I'm waiting for that to convert so I can get it uploaded. But as I was, waiting on that, I was looking through some things, right, doing a little research on some things, and I started to come across a couple things, or at least one thing here. And real quick, I'm gonna hit these scriptures to go and get the point, the flat line. What people are talking about are drones and orbs. All right. The drones that are in the air, it's the same thing, the same message over and over and over. The drones in the air are just drones. But the drones in the air that people are afraid of and they can't explain, those are not drones. Those are chariots of the Most High power. And those drones that can be explained are in the air to watch and to monitor the so-called drones that cannot be explained. But it's Esau who's mixing things together, making confusion out of the situation, all right, in order to hide what the truth is. Because he'll tell you anything as long as he's not telling you that they are the chariots spoken about in the Bible and that angels are out there, not aliens, because you have people believing in aliens. And I said, because I remember a long time ago when I was out in the world, right? Man, it's probably some mid-20s, man. They had way back then, they had a whole book about aliens and different species, but this is how far Esau's willing to go to make a lie, and had everybody talking about Area 51 and 52 and Roswell crash and the little green men marching from Mars and the whole alien species book and reptilians, all this stuff. But that's how far they're willing to go to tell a lie in order to hide the truth. So let's see these scriptures real quick. It's the same ones, going to be the same ones over and over and over. Psalms 104 and 3, who laid the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh his angel spirits his ministers a flaming fire. All right, let's go and get as a matter of fact, let's go and get the other one in Psalm 6. We're already in Psalms. Let's get Psalm 68:17. It says the chariots of God are 20,000. That is what people are seeing. They are seeing the drones in the sky, but they're also seeing the actual chariots, the actual angels out there. And that is the confusion placed by naming everything a drone or whatever the case may be. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. All right. And let's get one more. Let's get right here in Jude. Jude 1 and 14. His head and his hairs. I'm sorry, where did I go to Revelation? Sorry, I meant to go to Jude, which is only one chapter. We can bounce over there. Can we? All right, so I'm going to have to pull it back up. All right, I meant to go to Jude 1 and 14. So it says, and Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints. These are the saints of the heavenly realm. When Yahushua returns, he's coming back with the saints of the heavenly realm. The chariots that you see now are the saints of the heavenly realm, the angels. But they're out here just doing reconnaissance. All right. If any other action is given, charge or order is given to those angels to do something, they'll do it. But as for right now, it mostly just looks like the chariots that we're seeing are for reconnaissance, which honestly you can say that for all the years, right? They've been spotted. It's just reconnaissance, because if it was another category, the only other category would be for war, and it's not that time yet. All right, they're not gonna reveal themselves, and wage war until Yahushua reveals himself from the spiritual realm, right, from the seas. Okay, so as of right now, what they're doing is reconnaissance. All right. So it says, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints to do what? Execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Right? These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lust, and their mouth speaketh great swelling words, having men's persons in admiration because of advantage. And at the end of the day, just to summarize everything, you have wicked Israelites who don't want to believe the truth. They mock, they laugh, they joke, they scoff, they play around, or some actually believe it, but what they want to do is try to take the information to themselves and go on their own platform and, try to gain followers and money, all right, and act like you came on a revelation yourself and the Lord's watching you because you're being a false prophet. And then you have, like I just mentioned, the straight Israelites who are just non-believers. And the only other category are the heathens, because they can all be lumped into one basket, all right, the heathen nations. Okay. So, and this is what's going on right now. As a matter of fact, I'll insert it's super short. All right. I probably could have dug up more things, but it wasn't necessary. So I'll insert these right here.
Although in the trial stage, hybrid drones that can operate in water and air have been made and are quite promising in their development. However, recently, there was a two-world hybrid drone that is quite unique because in addition to being able to dive and then glide from below the surface of the water during flight and landing, this drone adopts the vertical takeoff and landing concept. This spectacular drone is being developed by China with the label Neza Sea-Dart. Chinese scientists from Shanghai Jiao Tong University, or SJTU, recently made a significant breakthrough by creating a hybrid aerial underwater vehicle, or HAUV, known as the Neza Sea-Dart. The Neza Sea-Dart has undergone a 10-day field test in Thousand Islands Lake, Zhejiang Province, which proved its ability to carry out full cross-domain missions. In addition to being ideal for military needs, this drone is expected to be used in marine scientific research, environmental monitoring, and maritime emergency search and rescue. The Neza Sea-Dart can take off and land vertically from land and water, glide in the air with the lift generated by its wings, smoothly traverse the air-water interface, and operate underwater like an autonomous underwater vehicle. Scientists claim that the HAUV accelerates both in the air and underwater, and is able to emerge from the water automatically and smoothly without a special propulsion system. SJTU scientists said the drone's wing and thrust measurement methods have taken into account both airborne and underwater operations and smooth exit from the water. Recently, there has been increasing interest in developing HAUVs that can operate in the air and water and conduct continuous and uninterrupted high-quality observation and sampling. The Neza Sea-Dart looks similar to the Neza 4, which was previously revealed by SJTU scientists. The Neza 4 has 4 air propellers and 8 underwater thrusters. It can maneuver delicately during flight and underwater and make dynamic transitions in rough sea conditions. Performance estimates and results collected from tests in the South China Sea show that the Neza 4 can operate at depths ranging from 0 to 50 meters at a speed of 1 knot for 22 minutes, hover in the air for 15 minutes, or glide at a speed of 10 meters per second for 7.2 kilometers in 12 minutes. Advanced autonomous control technology allows operators to remotely deploy the HAUV and command it to fly autonomously to a target area from the ground or a ship's deck. The HAUV can also fly back to a designated location for recovery after the mission is completed.
Playing playing those videos there. Um, the reason why I put those on the screen is because I don't have my article. I wasn't going to go back and find it. I probably could have find it. I probably could find it if I look for it, but it's not necessary because it's not like we're going to go read through it all over again, anyways. But an article I went through this morning, all right, dealing with a similar thing, and there was a conversation about how they're now trying to blame things on China, all right, and I mentioned yes, that will probably be um the best candidate to blame it on, other than Russia or another nation, because of the so-called. When they haven't even proven that those were Chinese spy balloons, but since that situation happened, all right, uh, it would be easier to say, hey, this is China this time, so let's blame China. Now, if you looked at I believe the first one that I played, China actually does, and it's not like it's still new, brand new, but not like spanking new, like it just came out, last week or something like that, 3 days ago. But the I think it was called the TVOL. I don't know what it stands for. I really didn't do a deep research because it wasn't too long when I was looking into it. But the hybrid drone. And so, as you see, they actually have a drone, which the Chinese actually have a drone that can go underwater and shoot up out of water. It actually looks like a mini American jet or something. Okay, but a drone that can go underwater and shoot out from underwater. So now it's easy. It's even more easier to perpetuate a lie that, hey, everything that you see coming out the ocean or whatever like that, those are drones, all right, from the military, or those are Chinese drones. Well, how did the Chinese drone get under the ocean? Not saying that's not what they said, but I'm making a point. So how would a Chinese drone get under your jurisdiction, under your airspace, without you even knowing, right? So does the drone have submarine type capabilities? It can travel long distances underwater before it comes back up, or does it have to submerge and it can only be down there short? So there's so many questions that rise up, but it almost makes you think. Well, actually, and then it's kind of true. I'm not saying for this situation it is, but in a sense, all the nations are always in on a lot of things that happen. Not saying that they're in on this drone so-called situation, but if it were true, it would even make more sense. But I can't say that's true because I wouldn't know that. All right, and there's really no solid evidence to truly back it up, right? But what you have is the Chinese, right? With the so look, I'm watching my surroundings here. Niggas be knowing. Anyways, what you have is the Chinese drone that I showed look like a little jet, and so now with them trying to put the blame on China, it really pulls away more from the idea that those what people are calling orbs or drones are actually the chariots and the angels, man. So they would say, look, yeah, it's China, man. And look, China has drones that can go in the water. You see? So, and I'm not saying this is what the government's going to do, just saying that it'd be, a very sneaky avenue to take, being that China does have drones that can do that. Now, if I'm correct in that article, I probably should have pulled it up, but in that article, it might have been somewhere else. But anyway, something about that the Americans have purchased drones from China. I don't necessarily know if that's true or not, but there's so many, but it leads to so many questions, which is why we don't hang on what the news and media is saying. We definitely don't believe what the government says. All right, we just basically wait on the Lord and see what He's going to do, regardless of what the situation is or what it looks like. We wait on the Lord to see what He's going to do. But I thought it was very interesting when I saw it, because I remember the article that I did this morning. All right, so you actually do have a drone that can submerge underwater and come shooting out underwater. But those 50 so-called drones that they saw coming out the Atlantic Ocean, those were not those Chinese-made vehicles. They were not any American-made vehicles. Those were the chariots of the Lord. So Esau can try as hard as he wants to, create hysteria and mass confusion or whatever else that he might, try and do. That's just what the devil does. He lies. But he can try as much as he wants. But we're reaching a boiling point where, hey, like the cap is about to be blown off the gasket or whatever. And Esau can't hide things forever. And at some point, really, he's going to stop trying to hide things. And that point is going to be when he's ready to issue forth his MOTB system. All right. So like I said, this is nothing too major, but it's very interesting that China has drones that can go underwater and come out of water. And then they're trying to blame the drones, which are American drones that they're operating from the government, but they're saying those drones are Chinese drones, but it wouldn't make sense. So why the Chinese drones in your airspace and you're not shooting them down? Is that not a national security threat? So nothing that the government says lines and adds up. But if the spirit's not dealing with you, people just don't get it, right? So it's a scary thing to be, out in the world in these times, right? And it's really a privilege to be in the truth. But like I said, that was all I had for you. Super brief. Shalom.